Are you a student who is striving so hard for academic excellence but face one degree of fear or another? Here are 5 phobias you must avoid. Before we talk about these phobias, let's briefly explain what phobia is all about. The word phobia comes from a Greek word phobos, which is related to having a fear of something, or often what we might call an irrational fear. Many students are afraid and often get a panic attack when they come in contact with a particular situation, place, animal, or object. But the difference between a normal fear and a phobia is the degree of anxiety involved and the length of time that a high level anxiety persists. If a student has a phobia, he experiences this level of fear for a long period of time, and that's where fear becomes a phobia. And this affects the student's social, psychological, and academic performance. Here are the 5 phobias students must avoid. Grammarophobia. Are you a student who is scared to speak English grammar confidently? Grammar is important in school, competitive exams, and public speaking. As a student, you must study grammar. It creates more problems in communication and writing. Students tend to make a lot of grammatical mistakes, also get nervous or intense while speaking and writing. Your school teacher or personal tutor might fill your mind with fear of self-confidence, saying, making grammatical mistakes makes you foolish or silly. I personally believe that every grammarian makes grammatical mistakes, so making grammatical mistakes does not make you foolish or silly. That might be an opinion and not a fact. Ways of dealing with grammarophobia. Of course, one best way of dealing with fears is to face our fears. Some which includes develop your English habits naturally, accept mistakes and learn from it. Examphobia. Examphobia is the fear of examination, and it is very common for students of all ages these days. Some students develop examphobia and struggle to overcome it. This might push them towards anxiety and even depression in some cases. Exam fear among the students can be an extraordinary obstacle for their scholastic achievement. For example, you begin to panic the night before your exam. How to overcome exam phobia? Avoid tension, worry, stress. We should also avoid fear and phobia. Antychiphobia. Fearing failure is something we have experienced over since we were children. After all, fear is one of the basic human emotions, and some amount of it is vital to help us keep out of danger. But sometimes, this anxiety becomes overwhelming. Fearing failure too much can have its impact on our performance, and in some cases, we even find ourselves aborting the whole plan because of how much we are afraid of failing, and we always fear the consequences of something. How to deal with this fear? Get to the root of your fears. Think more positively. Always have a backup plan. Avoid procrastination. Glossophobia. Glossophobia is an experience or some sort of fear when speaking in public at some time in our lives. Most students experience some degree of nervousness or anxiety when they give a speech, presentation, or perform on stage. After researching, then you study night and day and you have good ideas. But when you are set, you begin to panic. What do you think can be done in this situation? The most major signs include dryness in the mouth, trembling voice due to tension. Biblophobia. Biblophobia is an unusual phobia of books. It can be broadly defined as a fear of books, but is also referred to the fear of reading or not able to read out loud or in the public. Some of these signs include avoidance of books, intense panic and strong desire to flee when reading a book, trembling or shaking.